Libra, the more honest you are with yourself this month, the more authentic your connections become. April is Aries season, your opposite sign, and all of that bold, independent, me-first energy is landing directly across from you. It's activating your relationships, yes, but more than that, it's forcing a mirror in front of your face. And the moon says you're not sure you like what you see. This is your April. Let's break it down. Welcome to Hidden Gate Tarot. So the moon is your trap this month. For Libra, this one cuts deep because the moon is about confusion, illusion, and not knowing what's real. And for a sign that defines itself through others, that's terrifying. Here's what's happening. April opens with heavy Aries energy, the sun exalted, cardinal fire pushing everyone toward bold moves and independent decisions. And Libra, you're watching all of it from the other side of the axis. Everyone around you seems to know exactly who they are and what they want. Meanwhile, you're second-guessing everything. Am I in the right relationship? Am I being too accommodating? Am I even doing what I want? Or just what keeps the peace? The moon doesn't give you answers. It gives you fog. And the Libra instinct in fog is to mirror whoever's standing closest, to become what the other person needs so you don't have to sit with the discomfort of not knowing who you are right now. That's the trap. Not confusion itself, but how you respond in confusion. You start performing, you smile when you're unsure, you agree when you have doubts. You keep the surface calm while the underneath gets murkier by the day. The moon says the image you're projecting and the truth underneath are drifting apart. And the longer you let the gap grow, the harder it becomes to close. And then Judgment arrives. This is not a subtle card. Judgment is the trumpet call, the moment of reckoning where everything you've been avoiding rises to the surface and demands to be seen. And for Libra, this is the interface, the mechanism through which the moon's confusion gets resolved. And it doesn't resolve gently, it resolves through self-confrontation. Here's how it plays out. Sometime in April, likely around the new moon, which is the first major intention-setting moon of the zodiac year, something happens that strips away the performance. Maybe someone calls you on it. Maybe you catch yourself mid-compromise and realize you don't even know what you actually want anymore. Maybe a relationship moment forces you to answer a question you've been dodging. Judgment doesn't judge you from the outside. It wakes you up from the inside. It says you already know the truth. You've known it for weeks. You just haven't been willing to say it out loud, to yourself or to someone else. And with all this Aries energy pushing for honesty and directness across from you, the universe is essentially saying,
Libra, stop diplomating your way around your own feelings.
This is your reckoning, but it's not punishment, it's clarity. The kind of clarity that only comes when you stop trying to be what everyone else needs and finally say, what do I need? That question, answered honestly, is what unlocks the rest of the month. And here's why this matters. It's the Two of Cups. This is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck, and it's your key. Mutual connection, equal partnership, two people meeting each other exactly as they are. And here's what most people miss about the Two of Cups. It requires two whole people. Not two people pleasers, not two mirrors reflecting each other's expectations, two individuals who know themselves well enough to offer something real. That's why the moon has come first. That's why judgment has to wake you up. You can't get to authentic connection while still performing. The Two of Cups doesn't show up from the version of you that says yes to everything. It shows up for the version of you that knows what they actually want and isn't afraid to say it. As April shifts from Aries into Taurus season around the 19th or 20th, the energy moves from confrontation to building, from who am I to what am I going to do with that. Taurus energy is about making things real, stable, tangible. And for Libra, that means taking whatever judgment revealed and building relationships on the foundation instead of on the old pattern of performance and accommodation. The key is this. The relationship that transforms this month isn't necessarily a new one. It might be an existing partnership, a romantic, creative, professional that finally becomes honest. When you stop managing the other person's feelings and start sharing your own. The Two of Cups says, when you show up as yourself, the real self, not the diplomatic self, the right people don't leave. They lean in. They match you. And the connections that can't survive that honesty, those were never the Two of Cups. Those were the moon. So here's your April, Libra. The moon blurs your reflection. You lose yourself in other people's expectations. Judgment sounds the alarm, forcing you to confront who you actually are underneath the performance. And the Two of Cups rewards that honesty with connection that finally feels mutual instead of managed. The mirror turns towards you this month. Don't flinch. What's looking back is someone worth knowing and someone worth building with. And if this reading gave you something to work with, then subscribe. Every month I break down what each sign is facing using the trap, the interface, and the key system. Hit the bell so you don't miss yours.